Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 16th day of June, 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE, 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to us anywhere else on the planet, you've gone to our website to do that, streaming all the time from ksje.com. Welcome also to our viewers who are joining us today. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. So glad that you are with us, because coming up, we are getting a June update from the folks at the Central Consolidated School District. Lots of things going on even over the summer at CCSD, so stay tuned for the details coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE this morning. Then, of course, later on, we'll be talking technology news. It's our Monday Reboot segment that comes your way today at 8:50 a.m. right here on KSJE. Then after that, of course, next hour, Mick Hess will join us with our classical music program, Roving with the Arts. That starts up just about an hour from now at 9:06 on KSJE. Don't forget, you can also connect with us on Instagram and X and now Blue Sky, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast person, we remind you can subscribe for free to KSJE Podcasts. Subscribe to them wherever you listen to podcasts and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed recently. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is a sunny Monday morning, already 67 degrees. We're expecting a sunshiny day with lots of hot weather. 92 for a high in Farmington today, 61 overnight. Bit cooler tomorrow with a high of 88 on Tuesday, back up to 90 on Wednesday, mid-90s for Thursday and Friday, lower 90s again by Saturday, cooling off to mid-80s maybe by Sunday, with overnight lows, as you can see, right in the mid to lower 60s. I'll be back with my guests from the Central Consolidated School District right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community-owned and operated, here for you.
Ahead, turn right.
Isn't it nice to have a little help getting where you're going?
Your destination is ahead and 300 feet.
When navigating life's challenges, the San Juan County Navigation Center can help you with navigating housing, navigating transportation, navigating medical providers, and more. Learn more online at sjcnavigate.net or call 505-636-7110. The Navigation Center, connecting to resources, empowering lives.
You have arrived at your destination.
Back in Studio A with my guest this morning, as I mentioned, from the Central Consolidated School District. Joining us here this morning, Superintendent Steve Carlson is back with us. Mr. Carlson, good morning.
Morning, Scott. Good to see you.
Thank you for being here. Good to see you as well. Also joining us is the district's HR Director. Tanya Amrine is here. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Great to have you along. And also the district's Public Relations Director as well. Jared Noble is here. Jared, good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for coming in, all of you. Great to have you here to talk about some of the things that are going on over the summer at CCSD and some of the other policy things that the board is working on and the district is working on. So student registrations, I guess, is where we can start, because it's time for parents to think about the fall, even though we're in June. Mr. Carlson, right? Isn't that the thing?
Absolutely, parents.
Right?
Bring your kids in, sign up to go to Central Consolidated Schools. We're looking to increase enrollment, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ways we're going to do that is we now have 3-year-olds, all 3-year-olds, and not just students with an IEP. Welcome to each of our locations. We have several schools at CCSD. We'll be taking 3-year-olds this year. So If you have a 3-year-old sitting around home and you're ready to send them off to school, we will take them.
Okay.
As well as the rest of your children. So
Got you.
So
Now,
there's 4 locations. So we have
Right.
Judy Nelson there at Kirtland that will be accepting the 3-year-olds. We have Nijoni over at Shiprock, Nijoni Elementary School. Then down south we have Newcomb Elementary School and Noshchitty accepting 3-year-olds into their classroom. So really excited. We just heard about that ECECD grant that we're talking about with Jerry back in March, where it finally got approved. So we're rolling with it. So
got you.
Yep.
And that's early childhood education. That's what
Correct.
ECED talks about. Yes. And this is not necessarily early or kindergarten classes for these 3-year-olds. This is pre-K and things like that. Is that kind of what we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're going to be merged with also the 4-year-olds in their
Right.
classrooms too. So whatever the curriculum goes into the pre-K program, maybe Mr. Superintendent, I'm not too sure what the curriculum entails in those pre-K programs, but I mean, it's just we're glad to get this initiative going. We've heard parents before ask about if they can accept the 3-year-olds into our schools, and we're glad to get that moving.
Now they can. So there you go. At those 4 locations. So
At those 4 locations.
great. How many spots do you have at those locations for those
It's very
3-year-olds?
limited. I believe we're accepting 8 students per 3-year-olds for each classroom. So
Okay.
so once it's maxed out, then we're done in those locations. So definitely sign up as soon as you can so you can reserve those spots.
Very true. Very true. Very good. Mr. Carlson, again for the go ahead.
Jared, I'm betting parents might wonder, is it a full-day program?
Full day program, absolutely. So lots going on, and then I think we also incorporate curriculum. Now I'm thinking about it, that we're tying in family customs into our classrooms. So the native traditions and culture, we want to bring that into the classroom so students feel welcome. They can be familiarized,
Yeah.
coming from the home into our classroom to still have those customs there in the classroom.
Very cool. Very nice. Well, that is coming up for the fall for these 3-year-olds as well. And
Yeah, feel free to call the schools. We would they can accept tours. Take a tour around the schools. Feel free to give them a call and chat with the principals. We love to have you guys visit the classrooms. And also our data department is around all summer long too. So absolutely give us a call there at the front office, and we'll know what to do to direct you where you need to be.
okay, very, very good. Same message too, I would assume, for kids who are going to be maybe 5 years old in the fall. They can register for kindergarten too. That's the other time to do that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Send them on. We'll take all students, all grade levels.
Very, very good. Excellent. Well, that's important to note, and it's not too early to start thinking about that because August will be here soon. Even it feels like it outside, but it'll be here soon as well. Other things that are going on, some other scholarships and things for some of your folks too at Central Consolidated. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we had a graduate from Shiprock High School recognized at the NMSBA conference a couple of weeks ago, I believe, and her name's Kalia Peters, who was the valedictorian there at Shiprock High School. So during the NMSBA conference, they announced that she is a scholarship recipient to earn $1,000 to continue her schooling, which she does plan to continue her education to get a degree in public affairs, and she's also expressed interest to come back and serve her community.
Nice.
So, $1,000 at the NMSBA. That's the New Mexico School Board Association that wants to give her the scholarship to continue her schooling, so she can use that money for tuition, fees, school supplies, just something that goes into education that she's able to use that for.
Very good. Congratulations to her. That's always great to see one of your students being awarded.
It is, absolutely. It's an honor for her and for the district to see, just academic students like her to receive a scholarship like this, to even, come back to serve her community. It's really great. And just on tomorrow during the board meeting, she'll be recognized there too. So her mom and her folks will be there with the school board, giving her that
Nice.
recognition.
Very good. Some other recognition too, I think, for some
Can
of
I
your
add to that as
teachers.
well?
Yes, please.
Kalia Peters.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance she's going to show up tomorrow. I have it on good authority. Plus, the reason I believe that, she never misses school. She has 13 years perfect attendance. She and her family,
years.
her siblings too, 13 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good for her. Well,
Just think if she had preschool, it could have been 15 years.
right. If she, yeah, exactly. If she'd signed up at third grade, who knows? But that's great. Good for her. Some teachers too being recognized, I think, as well with the district.
Yeah,
right?
we're really excited. Vicki Lake, who's been around also at Shiprock High School, she's our agricultural teacher there, where she was selected as one of the national teacher ambassadors across the country. So there's about 65 educators from the United States who are selected as ambassadors, and Vicki Lake from our district was selected as one of them. She's doing great things, and students love her. They come to her classroom, they learn a lot, and she just brings great enthusiasm and inspiration to our students there. Yeah, Vicki will serve as a resource for more than 13,000 agricultural educators nationwide, and these ambassadors help inspire the next generation of leaders by engaging with other agricultural educators and FFA staff.
Nice. Congratulations to her, and it's always great to be able to recognize some of your staff too.
Also, to shout out the agricultural teachers in our district. FFA has just boomed in our district, and a lot of students in our area. Obviously, there's a lot of families that have that are raised in the agricultural field. And so, and also with the program of study that we've been putting in our course catalogs and implementing that, where students can earn like an agricultural degree from the district. So Vicki Lake is, a huge part of that drive, that initiative. So we're really glad to have her, along with Zane Webster from Kirtland, who was also that Rookie of the Year. In our district, and Shelley Ian, who's also taken on the FFA at Newcomb. A lot of students are joining on that group and making great strides and doing great things. So really, we'll see what happens there. It's going to be great down in Newcomb.
Terrific. Congratulations. And a great program to be able to offer to your students, too, because of its connection to the communities that you serve with the Central Consolidated School District. So that's wonderful to see that recognition as well. Also want to ask about the solar energy project that is happening. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, some folks might remember or might not, but a couple of years ago, or maybe last year, we've partnered with Heart of America. And this is something that our Intercultural and Community Outreach Department wanted to have this partnership with Heart of America to bring solar panel kits to families in need out on the reservation. I believe there was about 10 families when we first did the launch, and it was such a great success that we're bringing it back again with Heart of America. I think we already have our families picked, and I think we're still even maybe if they want to give some families that might need electricity in their homes, they can give our district a call, and we'll point them to the Intercultural Community Outreach Department and help them out with that. So in these kits, you'll kind of just see that they'll have 4 panels, battery lights, installation, and school supplies provided. So basically, students can now have charged laptops and accessories to be able to do their homework and bring that back to school. And so that's just something that we're really proud of, that we're able to give back to the community.
Sure. Congratulations on that. And again, it talks a little bit about the uniqueness of the Central Consolidated School District in that you have households that do not have access to electricity, depending on where they are in the district, and so this is one way the district is helping to provide some of those things as the utilities start inching their way towards those households. I would imagine there's a plan in place, but in the meantime, this is a great program. It sounds like, to get your students a little bit connected, or at least to have some energy at home. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of obstacles out there, and we're committed to making sure that students get to school or how we can support their education journey.
Right. Well, and be able to charge their laptops, as you mentioned.
Right.
So that's always good to be able to show up with those things fully charged for a day of learning. So that's great to know. Some other upcoming events with the district. There's a community park cleanup in Shiprock that's coming up.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8:30. We're I just heard about this too, also from the Intercultural Community Outreach, that they're at the Shiprock Community Park that's north of the bridge, I believe. That we're all going to meet there to just clean up around the community. So we're asking our community and folks to join in and, wear comfortable clothes. They'll be painting, pulling weeds, picking up trash, etc. So dress appropriately, wear sunscreen, no flip-flops, absolutely no flip-flops out there. And bring some water, keep hydrated. So, and I think if I remember right, there might be lunch, like a cookout provided afterwards.
Nice. Okay. As a thank you.
As a thank you,
Yeah.
yes.
No kidding. Very good. That's one event that's coming up. There's another film and storytelling event coming up too.
Yeah, this is actually last year. They're relaunching again. Dwayne Joe, who's I'm not too sure if maybe you're familiar with Dwayne Joe, Sir Scott, but he's from the area, and he's went to school in I believe, or went to school out there in Santa Fe.
Uh-huh.
He's got strong roots in the community, and he's also like a filmmaker. So he's also partnered with a lot of companies to bring Apple products to these camps for students to have access to film equipment to make some film stories and some creative digital visuals that our students can be able to get a hold of these camps and just get their hands on those products and have some fun and learn from one of the great
Nice.
From an actual storyteller and a videographer in the area.
Very cool. Well, this is a radio station, Jared. We don't know anything about video at all, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll let Dwayne do all the work.
These cameras in our faces, exactly.
Yes.
Right. But what a great opportunity for your
and
students.
I think that'll be during the week of June 27th there. So I kind of have a few flyers. It's hard to adjust to those, but
Right.
Give us a call.
Okay.
Feel free to let us know. And then, again, this is also something by Intercultural Community Outreach Department, just bringing opportunities to kids during the summer that they can apply and just have some fun.
Nice. And this is going to take place at the Phil L. Thomas Performing Arts Center?
It is, yes. Phil Thomas Performing Arts Center in Shiprock. That's right next to the Shiprock High School.
Okay. Okay, very good. I know there's a lot of, I think a lot of students are interested in filmmaking. Of course, the state has certainly put a lot of resources into the film industry by offering incentives and things like that. We have a program here at San Juan College, and so that's another burgeoning kind of career field for a lot of our students in the region and in the state for sure, and a lot of investments and things that are going on. So great opportunity to learn more about that. So thank you for sharing that. Very, very good. Also, there's a Leadership Academy.
Yeah, last thing.
Too.
Yeah, last thing is the Leadership Academy that will also be happening June 23rd through the 25th. That's the Josh and Jonathan June coaches. Really cool. I mean, they have a background in coaching and athletics and some cool things that they do during their presentation. So we're excited to bring them on and just have students and community. Anyone's invited to come to this leadership conference and learn from these two coaches. It's very engaging. It's fun. They're inspiring. And I believe it's also there at the Phil Thomas Performing Arts Center that these presentations will take place. I'm sorry. Actually, they're at 3 locations. So June 23rd is going to be at Kirtland High School, where they'll start off. So I see some times where it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., I believe, or it could be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., or another one at 2 p.m. in the evening. Mm-hmm. But June 24th in Newcomb High School, they'll be down there, and then June 25th, they'll finish up at Shiprock High School.
Okay. So spread around the district.
Yes.
It sounds like. So that's great. And is there a registration that you'd want folks to maybe sign up for?
Yeah, I believe there's a link, and they'll just have to probably find it on our website to get enrolled there. And also just show up. There's no need to register online. Sometimes we like to get a head count, but just show up to these locations. They're at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And we'll get you enrolled.
Very good. Okay. Sounds good. Excellent. And the website again, ccsdnm.com, I think.
.org.
.org, pardon me.
Okay. No worries.
Thank you. So that's where you can go, everybody. Up next, we want to talk a bit about the phone policy that's being worked on in the district. This is something I think that districts statewide are working on. The state legislature, I think, was talking about that during its session. Mr. Carlson?
Yeah, Scott, I'll go ahead and talk about that one for a little bit.
Sure.
So, the legislators, it was Senate Bill 11 that passed this year by the legislative session. And school districts across New Mexico, there's 89 school districts. We all have to come up with our own policy. And as you know, the school board makes that policy. So our school board has had meetings where they've had discussions. And I believe tomorrow night we may embark upon our policy. There's basically two schools of thought as far as the policy goes.
Right.
Farmington kind of went the hardline way and said absolutely no cell phones, and that includes students and teachers. So it's an anti-distraction policy is what it's called, and so they want zero distractions in Farmington schools. There's a lot of folks who feel that way. I won't necessarily talk about how I feel because it's not necessarily completely up to me, but
Sure.
I can throw in my 2 cents. Kind of the two schools of thought are that there is absolutely
No phones.
No phones. We don't bring them in the classroom. We don't take them to school. We don't need them. And the other school of thought, and there's a lot of parents out there who feel, my student has a phone. I bought and spent $1,000 on this device that they use all the time. And I would like for them to have it for emergencies. So there's a lot of folks who think, well, if I have that phone with my child and there's an emergency, maybe I should know about it, or there's something that I could do with it. There's, like I said, there's two schools of thought on it. Personally, I don't know that students necessarily need them in the classroom because, it's called an anti-distraction policy for a reason, because they do kind of distract and detract from the learning that should be happening in the classroom. So anyway, our board is probably, just so you know, leaning more toward the latter, not a complete ban, but more of students need to put them up in a way, and there's a way that we should be able to do that. But they shouldn't be seen in classrooms very much. There are situations where students need them. We have some students with medical issues, and there are a few students with IEPs who do need to have devices on them. And so there have been some teachers who've utilized them for instructional purposes, and that's something that perhaps could be allowed with the policy that is being developed in CCSD. So kind of stay tuned. And
Right.
for those of you who really enjoy high drama, you might want to tune into the board meeting tomorrow night and see the discussions on cell phone policy.
Okay. All right.
And
Jared,
then-
what else?
Yeah, and then we also had a cell phone committee that helped shape this policy. We met with elementary, middle, and high school principals and assistant principals to gather input. Surveys went out to our communities to kind of get an idea of what they feel with the policy. So it really did take a big effort to reach out to everyone to make sure that all voices were heard to draft this policy, for our district.
Right. Very good. Well, and I guess, again, the state legislature could have passed a policy and just said everyone follow this way. They gave the districts the local control to come up with their own, which I guess is a good thing because districts are different in our varied state. So it's nice to be able to see that kind of happening, that every school board is coming up with their own way to address this issue.
Absolutely, Scott. Appreciate you bringing that up. That local control is a big topic.
Yeah.
Among all school boards, and I think that's something that our board does appreciate, and they have the ability to talk about it and come up with their own policy, and we will, whatever that policy is, we'll go ahead and enforce it as best we can.
Okay.
And I personally feel like, especially at the middle school and the high school level, cell phones have become a big distraction in the classroom. I don't know if you've been to many classrooms lately, but I go to them and I see a lot of cell phones out, or I have.
Sure.
Before this policy is adopted. So let's see what happens.
Okay. Very good. Stay tuned, as you said. But the decision tomorrow, you think, will happen?
Hopefully tomorrow. It has to be,
Okay.
according to the SB 11, it has to be in place by August 1st. So it will be
Okay.
in place either tomorrow or in July.
Okay. All right. Very, very good. And then there's an attendance grant that we want to talk about, too, a little bit this morning for attendance at school.
Sure. So we just we're kind of in the drafting stage of sending this for approval. It's $600,000 for improving our attendance through the district. So we're kind of just across the state. Obviously, there's the chronic absenteeism is a concern for our state. So even in our district, we're seeing high percentages of chronic absenteeism. So this attendance grant hopefully addresses that concern to where we'll bring on some coaches, some liaisons to reach out to our schools, be some advocates for families, and provide some support outside of the district for them. So the goal is to hopefully reduce our annual chronic absenteeism rate by 5%. Throughout the district, so improving academic performance, graduation rates, and enhancing family-school relationships is something that we're committed to, and hopefully this grant helps bring that initiative to reality.
Right. Nice. Very good. Well, good luck with that too, because that will help, I think, a lot of things, and maybe help also with your graduation rate too, if you've got more kids that are coming to school and staying in school and graduating from school. So that would help that as well. Let's turn to hiring, and that's why Tanya is here to talk a little bit about some of the things that you are working on with the district, and that is hiring and bringing in qualified teachers to teach your students throughout the district.
Right.
It's a full-time job, because that's what you have.
Yes, it is a full-time job. Absolutely.
Right.
Just want to start by saying that all of our current vacancies are on the district website, ccsdnm.org. We're currently looking for some food service workers, maintenance workers, bus drivers. We always need bus drivers. On the certified side, we need some elementary teachers, special education teachers at all grade levels. That's a huge need. And then some of the specialty programs like band and welding. We're looking for some of those as well.
Got you.
And so one of the programs that we've implemented, gosh, it's been there for maybe 15 years, possibly longer, are hiring foreign nationals to meet some of the needs in hiring. So we offer H-1B visas for qualified applicants. What we do, I think it's kind of a unique program. We look to our current staff that are foreign nationals, and then we ask them who they can recommend. Maybe it's a family member, a sister, a friend, whatnot, so that as these people are coming predominantly from the Philippines is where we recruit from. When they get here in the United States, they have family members, they have a built-in support system, so they're more likely to stay, but also have the support that they need as they're learning the culture of the area, the quirks of our school district, where the nearest grocery store is, all those life essentials.
Right. But makes sense to have that already here and have that kind of recommendation from someone who's already working with the district. So
absolutely.
That sounds great. And so that's a few of the folks that will fill in some of these vacancies that you have as well.
Absolutely.
Very good. Excellent.
Yeah. We're also looking for some language arts, Navajo language arts instruction teachers.
Right.
We typically call them the 520 because they get a 520 license through the Mexico Public Education Department. They have to be fluent speakers, also fluent in writing. There's a specific test that the Navajo Nation Department of Education gives, and once they pass that test, they can then also get a license with the New Mexico Public Education Department and come in and be certified teachers for the culture and language there in the district. We currently have, I want to say it's 3 vacancies that we're looking to fill. Okay.
And can those folks be in the process of getting that certification, or do they have to have it before you can hire them?
Great question. We have, through the state, people are allowed 90 days. Within the first 90 days, they need to get the license. So we can hire them, and then we work with them on getting the license. And 90 days usually falls within November, so we have lots of time to get that done.
Gotcha.
So if anybody is looking for a job and you don't have a license right now, we are happy to help.
Okay.
Just give us a call.
You can still get your foot in the door.
Absolutely.
And then get that done by November. So
absolutely. Yep.
Good to know. Very good. And then there's also the alternative licensure program that you are active with as well, right?
Yeah,
for other teachers.
Yep, we do. And that one you need a bachelor's degree, and then from there you can also get the teaching license, which is the alternative teaching license. We work with several colleges and universities across the state, one of them being San Juan College, and they have the alternative licensure program where the teachers are teacher of record in the classroom, working, getting teacher salary, and then taking classes typically in the evenings and maybe weekends as well to get that degree. Probably about 2 years of classes. And then San Juan here also has a program that they call the HEART program. And what that will do is allow someone to be an intern for the first year. So they're not teacher of record. They're working alongside a mentor teacher, learning the ropes. And then in the second and third year of the program, they can then be the teacher of record and get the alternative license through the state.
Gotcha.
That's another great hiring resource that we have.
Sure. But again, but they can still be in the classroom and
Correct.
teaching while they're going to school or getting that alternative licensure.
Yep.
And I think there's some financial programs available to help pay for some of those things too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources. I don't know all of them. It's best to look at the colleges and universities,
Right.
but there's a lot of resources for folks that are wanting to be teachers.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. And also we want to talk a bit about, let's see, some of your other quality assurance measures and things like that too as part of that program. Is that part of that?
Yeah, so that mainly goes back to the colleges and
Okay.
universities looking at
Yeah.
you know their parameters for the program. But what it does, it's really building in a lot of the traits that we need in the classroom, the good teachers, and making sure that these folks are not only vetted in terms of background and credentialing and whatnot, but that they come to us with all of the skills that they need so they can be most successful in the classroom, which ultimately gives the students the success that they need as well.
Right. Very true. Well, great. Well, great to have you here. Thank you for coming in and being here to talk about the things that you do for the district. And our last topic, and we're just about out of time, is this welcome back orientation that's being planned for the return to school. Is that the idea?
I can talk about that as well.
Sure.
So we're doing it in 2 different days.
Right.
In the past, we've always just rolled it into one day. But what we're going to do this year is on July 24th for the staff that work year-round. We call them a 245 contract. We're going to have our own special day. Just a nice lunch, some contracts, a little bit of a welcome back event, a celebration for us. And then on August 1st, all the other staff are going to come, and both events are going to take place at the Phil there in Shiprock. Nice, comfortable seating. In years past, we've been in the pit there in Shiprock, and it's just a different venue, so not as comfortable. So we're looking forward to the Phil, bringing everybody back, getting out everybody welcomed and off to a good start so that we can have a successful year.
Very good. Well, it sounds like a great idea, a great plan for your full-time folks, or year-round folks is what I meant to say, and also your folks who are here for the school year. So a great something to look forward to for all of them. So
We're
wonderful.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, very, very good. Lots of information shared this morning from all of you. So thank you all very much for coming in. We are just about out of time. So Mr. Carlson, always appreciate you being here, and thank you for sharing all the things that are going on in the Central Schools.
Thanks, Scott. Great to be here.
You bet.
Anytime.
Great to have all of you here. So thank you all very, very much, and enjoy the rest of your summer. But we'll see you back maybe in July.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you.
Stay cool, everyone. My guest this morning from the Central Consolidated School District with me here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.